the facials from the kitchen class. I started putting it together last night. It was pretty exciting. I was very happy um, to be getting it all together. So I'm pretty excited to be launching that one for Saturday. I'm going to launch the event on the page tonight. So it'll give you like an outline of what I'll be doing. And so that'll be very exciting. I'm very excited to do that one. Good morning, Sharda. How are you? Yes, it's a beautiful day here. A little cloudy today, but the sunrises have been amazing. Amazing, beautiful sunrises we've been having. Absolutely stunning, actually. Yeah, so I wanted to get some feedback from you guys. Should I be doing something else other than angel rune readings? Because I don't want to be boring. I mean, everybody was like a big craze for a while because it was new. So thank you, Sharda. I am great. Just give me some feedback and let me know what you think. Do you want me to keep doing angel room readings 2 days a week, or do you want me to do other things on the lives? I always like to hear what you guys think. Yeah, so the facials from the kitchen. Good morning, Nicole. Facials from the kitchen is going to be fun. We're going to be doing facials with oatmeal, yogurt, honey, avocados. We're going to be using egg whites. So I have, let's see here. I have these Law of Attraction cards. Keep reading runes. Everybody loves the runes. I have the Power Tarot, the Archangel Power Tarot. I have Osho Zen Tarot. Those ones are my favorite. I keep those ones. Oh, good, Teddy. Good. I have the I Ching as well. I have, and then I have Atlanteans Unite. Atlanteans Unite. I'm going to pick one from this one. I don't think I've ever really used this one yet. And they're super cool. Like they have all of these like really cool. Hello, Cece. How are you? So let's just pick one from this one and then read what it says. Oh, I can't deal the book in. I can't deal the book in. All right, let's see what it says. They're big cards. All right. So this is new life. New life. Let's see what it says. Yes, mandalas. This whole deck is full of like really cool mandalas. I'm looking for the table of contents, but that's right. There is none. Okay, so new life. Let's see if we can find it. We just go scrolling through. All right, new life. Leaving the chrysalis. If you pick this card, ask yourself, what part of my life do I need to breathe new life into? Are you too mentally stressed in your relationships, jobs, hobbies, or your creative works at this time for self-forgiveness or self-reflection? Is it time to see your innocence or someone else's? We all came into this world innocent, and we will return innocent. Your inner child is asking you to come out and play. It is time to see others as innocent. By doing so, this will lighten your energy and bring more joyous experiences to your life. It may be time for you to give birth to one of your creative project ideas. This is a great time for that, right? Because we're all sitting at home. You were once the creative project that your parents incubated and brought into this world. Creating a child is the intimate act of love between two individuals. bringing a child into the world is an honor and a true miracle. It is the perfect male female balance brought into one embodiment of yin and yang. Are we born with complete innocence, knowing no wrong upon we are born with complete innocence, knowing no wrong upon entering the earthly plane. We spend our early development in a warm fluid, knowing no limits. We came knowing no wrong. In the womb, we were completely connected to our mother's higher self. The birthing of a child is the pureness at its best. When we are in the womb, we are embraced with wonderment, excitement, and fullness. We come out suckling and we are nurtured by the one who carried and sent us love for 9 months. We understand only purity and unconditional love for another. Our functions are natural and involuntary. Our mouths willingly seek sustenance, fondling, exploring, and bathing in warmth and desiring only what is positive. You are being called to remember yourself as a child, a natural explorer playing in the field of flawless, authentic significance. You played on the ground, looking up at the sky with wonderment and interest. Deep within you, you knew there was something else out there and that you were sent here from above. It's a good card. It was just a random card to read to everybody. So Atlantis now, Atlanteans unite. Yes, it was an amazing message. I have to agree. Very amazing message. I love that one. And they're beautiful cards. Like, look at this one. They're all like really, really nice. This is from a woman who is local to our town. She wrote this deck. And I went to one of her speaks and she had these for sale. And for $10, I was like, that is really good for a set of cards. Yes. Good morning, everybody. Is everybody just waking up? I've been up since 5. I've been getting up earlier lately. And I've been working out, making sure my body is clear and full of energy. And it's been helping me a lot in my emotional body or whatever. I feel a lot more balanced, but I was working pretty hard on that to begin with. But with all of this coronavirus stuff, I will have to say it makes me nervous. I get like, because I have to go out and I'm out in the public all the time. And like I had to go somewhere yesterday and they were like funneling us in single file and like only letting us go. Like, so we had to be so far apart. I fed the cats right before I came on, Teddy. Yes, I fed the cats. I love it. You're always on me about the cats. Good thing, because... All right, let's see what we have for the I Ching. The I Ching deals with more of our elements. So how can we pull the energy of the elements around us to recreate balance again? Okay, so this is like the water of the lake. You have to know your limitations and stick to them, or you will only get frustrated. Stop aiming too high and settle for what is within your grasp. Then enjoy it. So it's talking about the water of the lake. Find that water, that calming water that we see in the lake, in the enclosed feeling that we get from sitting in front of a lake. That's very calming, and we can see the limits of the lake and how that can make us feel. The ocean can make us feel maybe a little bit overwhelmed sometimes because it gets so powerful and the water is rolling and we don't see the limitations of the ocean. So it can go from vast, it can take you anywhere in the world, the ocean can, but a lake, you can see the other side and you can get to the other side. So taking on projects that we can see the other side to sometimes may be helpful to us to be able to have that goal to see where we're going. And so we can measure easily if we're getting to our goal, if we're getting there. So that is something that we can all think about right now. So doing stuff at home, small projects, keep it small because things are going to get back to normal again. And if you've taken on too big of a project, then you'll be like in shambles when you are going back out. Hi, Kristen. How are you? You need a reading? Okay, I can pick a card for you. Atunba? Okay, so the rune readings I'll do after. I'm just going to continue pulling just one card, just to change it up a little bit. But I have your name down, Kristen. Here we go. Just to change it up a little bit, do something a little bit different, talk about something a little bit different. I've been thinking about, because I've been waking up really early. Ooh, that sounds awesome, Susan. I've been waking up really early lately, and I've been thinking about doing a meditation in the morning that actually includes the elements wind, fire, air, earth, the Avatar Airbender deck. Ooh, Teddy. I have been thinking a lot about Avatar, the Airbender, because I watched that and then I got really inspired that I really wanted to start again doing the meditation on the air, fire, earth, and water, so that we can, connect early in the morning with some people who would be interested, and and start learning to use the elements in our meditations. So, hi, Sherry. Thank you so much. Oh, okay, Sherry. Here we go. I'll get another one for you in a second. So this one is for, hold on here. This is Atunba, intensity. So this means that you are so intensely focused. You see the tip here, how it's coming right, so strong, right down. This means that you are so intensely focused on where you're going that you're sending off all of these beautiful lights, but it's so intense. Some people will be completely drawn to it or will be completely repelled from it. And don't be offended by the people who are repelled by your energy. Just keep focusing on you and what your purpose is and what your focus is. Okay? And that will get you through. Keep focusing. I just took one for you, Atunba. That one was for you. The focus. Focus so intensely on where you're going and on your goal. And don't get put off if people don't like that energy from you. You just keep focusing on what you need to focus on. That was for you, Atunba. This one is for Sherry. Oh, exhaustion. Sherry, is there some exhaustion going on for you? Sherry, are you working a little bit too hard, or maybe you're overthinking things? Maybe you're looking a little bit too much to what's going on, in the world instead of trying to turn inwards and focusing inwards. But this stuff can really exhaust your energy, right? All of the stuff that we see in the media, all of the stuff that we see going on can really exhaust you. So we need to try and do some meditations to try and relax us a little bit more so that we can get centered again and stop. We feel like this is our fight and we need to fight it, but we don't. We just need to protect ourselves and do what we can to keep safe in this time period, okay? All right, Susan would like one from this deck too. I love this deck. I've been reading this deck since I was 19 years old. 21 years. 21 years. These cards have gotten me through some stuff, I tell you. And when I'm telling people that they have to go and, do something every day to fill their own spiritual cup, these cards have been filling my spiritual cup for many years. Highly recommend that if you're interested. Oh, I should have read that one for you, Susan. Let's see which one what other one comes out. Highly recommend. Oh, okay, Sherry. There you go. Yeah, you got to try and relax a little bit. Yeah. And like you'll hear sometimes you hear it in people's language. They'll say, "Oh, how goes the battle?" Right? How goes the battle? It's like, why is it a battle? We're living a life. It's fun. We have obstacles because we're here to learn and move forward. All right, let's see what we have for you, Susan. I believe it was Susan that wanted me. Yep. Susan, let's see. Oh, okay. So, Susan, you got the schizophrenia card. Don't worry, it doesn't mean that you're schizophrenic or anything. It's talking about how we have one or the other choice, and we just get so scared to choose, so scared that we're holding on to old patterns and old ways of living because we're scared of the unknown. Okay. And what can happen over time here is that we get stuck. Because we're holding on to old patterns so tightly that we forget what it is that brings us passion, what it is that makes us come alive again. And what they say in this card is just let go and jump in both feet, because once you start falling and you're getting into it, your heart's going to start pounding and you're going to get all sweaty and you're going to know what it is that brings you passion again. And so if you have a decision to make right now, just any decision, just to remind yourself that you are here and you are living. All right. Allison. All right, Allison, you're up next. Yes, it is a beauty. It is. Love is all around us. And they were talking about, I was listening to a meditation yesterday about clearing chakras, and this lady had talked about how the heart chakra is actually connected to the air. And the reason why the heart is connected to the air is because love is all around us. We just don't see it. And it's the same thing as the air. Air is all around us. We just don't see it. And so that's one of the ways that the air can influence the heart. All right. So, Allison, picking a card for you. Ooh, letting go. This is a beautiful card. I love this card so much. And here is what I feel about this card. You see this drop that's just about to let go on the tip of that leaf? You see, it has hung there for so long, gathering all of the resources it everything that it needed to let go and join the collective. And so right now is a time where you're just completing some things that and collecting some resources that you've needed, because you're just about to let go and join into something bigger than you. And that is a beautiful place to be, Allison. I love that card. Love that card. All right, so nice, Sherry. And I feel like that is what's happening right now. It's like there's so many different angles of. It's almost like, we've had like all of these different points of view, all of these different things that have had their timeline and all of that, and now it's all coming into a nice point, and shift is happening together. The shift is happening as one, and there's really not much that we can do about it. And, I feel like, I think it's going to be a good thing. So, all right. So, that one was popular. A couple people wanted ones from that one. All right. The next one we're going to do is the Archangel Power Tarot card. I love these ones too. They're all gold on the side. You see that? And they're kind of special. They were given to me by somebody who passed over, and not somebody that I ever met in person, but I was visiting a friend, and they said that their roommate passed away and left behind these cards a few months back, and I was very drawn to them. They said, we've tried to give them to a few people, so they must have been waiting for you. So I thought that was cute. All right, let's see what message we have from this one. The Star, Archangel Jophiel. Here we go. It says, a dream come true. Believe in yourself. The end of a difficult situation. This is the end of a difficult situation we're going through here. It seems like with the difficulty, yes, it is a great story. It is a great story. I feel very blessed. I feel like we're coming to a shift in the way that we do almost everything on the planet, because we need to have, we need to allow ourselves the room to do things a little bit differently than we did before, because our planet needs it the most, really. Our planet does need it the most. And I feel like right now is a time where we're being shown that it really doesn't take much to bring the planet back into balance. Not as much, I think, as what we thought it was going to take, Sharda? Yes. I'm going to pick a card for you out of this one if you want, Sharda, or I can do a rune reading for you. I'll write you down on my rune reading list. I'll keep those for the end. All right, let's see what we got for Law of Attraction. Law of Attraction. Law of Attraction. And these are Law of Attraction cards. These are written by Esther and Jerry Hicks. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but they are awesome Law of Attraction teachers. She channels Abraham Hicks. Yes. She channels Abraham Hicks, and he talks about the Law of Attraction quite a bit. And their talks are usually amazing. Ileana, yes, I'll put you on my list right now. All right, let's see what we got. I want financial prosperity. And look, this is what the picture looks like on the other side. It says, the law of attraction brings whatever abundance I choose. I want financial prosperity. There are so many wonderful things that are available in this wonderful world, and financial prosperity opens the doors to so many of those things. Since the law of attraction responds to my thoughts, I have decided to focus predominantly upon the abundance that is possible, understanding that it is only a matter of time before my thoughts of prosperity will be matched by a flow of financial prosperity. Since the law of attraction will bring me the object of my attraction, I choose abundance. That's a nice one. These ones are really cool. I like these ones too. They're easy to read and they're fun. I'm going to pick one more from this one. Let's see here. I see myself enjoying absolute continuing abundance. I choose absolute and continuing abundance, for I understand that there is no limit to the abundance in the universe. And so, by my attracting abundance to myself, I am not limiting another. There is enough for everyone. The key is for each of us to see it and want it, and then we will each attract it. Yes, these ones are really good. Oh, yes, absolutely, Sherry. Absolutely. Oh, no. Okay. Sharda, I was just kind of picking randomly, but I will read for you right now. Take care, Sherry. You have a great day. All right, Sharda. Reading for you right now. Reading for you. I am not here to create sameness. That's what your card says, Sharda. There are many different worlds as there are perceivers, beings, or individuals. You are not here to create one world where everyone is the same, wanting and getting the same. You are here to be that which you want while you allow others to be that which they want. That's what your card said, Sharda. So the more that you can accept more aspects of yourself and every faucet that you have, the more you accept other people and you give them that same level of respect and acceptance, and the more that you'll receive that in your life as well. All right. We're going to put those ones away. Allison Turnbull. There we go. I got you on my rune reading list. I'm going to start my rune reading list now. I got to turn my heater down, though, because it's getting hot. There we go. Awesome, Sharda. I'm glad you like that one. Okay, so the first one that I have is Kristen Jenkins. After that, I have Sharda, Ileana, Allison, Turnbull. So I need to hear from one of you. Kristen Jenkins is supposed to be first. So just let me know. Just let me know. Keith Williams, sure. Ellie, sure, I can do a card for you. Oh, there's Kristen. Okay, so Ellie, I'm going to read for Kristen right now, and then I will be back to you in a minute. All right, here we go. Yes. All right, Kristen, you're focusing on the runes while I mix them up here. Oop. Here we go. All right, Kristen, let's see what we have for you. Okay. So right now, you're really looking for divine guidance. You're really trying to get in touch with what the angels are trying to tell you and how to use the angels to help you to get where you want to go right now. You're going to have some decisions to make around the next new moon, but just be sure, yes. There's going to be a lot of conversations you're going to start having if you're not already having them, but you will definitely have them around the next new moon, about some ancestral patterns that you have. And your ancestors are also helping you to realize some of these patterns because, unfortunately, some of us are the ones that are here to change those patterns and bring forth new change in our genetic line, right? Make sure you're doing your positive affirmations and meditations, okay? Be very discerning of what you're allowing in at this time. I feel like maybe you're getting a lot of influence from the outside, and it's really affecting your ability to like quiet your mind or focus on what you want to be focusing on right now. So the more boundaries you put up and the less you let just random stuff in, the better it'll be. There's a relationship in your life too that needs a little bit more communication. I don't have much runes around it to tell me any more than that. And then down here, we have some karma. You're moving through karma right now. I feel like maybe spiritually you're feeling a little bit stuck. But you need to keep asking yourself, what is it that I need to learn? What is it that I'm missing? And the more we ask the right questions, the more answers we get. All right, that's what I got for you, Kristen. Let me know if that makes sense to you, okay? Sharda, I'm reading for you next. Did you still want me to read for you, Sharda? And then after that, I have Ileana. And while I'm waiting, Ellie Escobar. Ellie Escobar. I'm going to pick a card for you quickly. Right now, I see the Queen of Gabriel. She's a passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. So these are the influences that she brings. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people is strong right now. So go after what you want, Ellie. Make it happen, girl. Be confident. Okay, so I'm looking for Sharda, Ileana. Aw, thank you, Kristen. That's so sweet. So anybody new here, please be sure to like and follow my page. Right now, I'm just checking in. Sharda, do you still want a reading? I'm looking for Ileana. Yep. Last reading really brought me some challenges that ended up in a better way. Oh, really? The last reading brought you some challenges that ended up in a better way? Okay. Let's see, Ileana. I would love to hear some more about that. If you could give me a little bit more detail. I always love hearing how the runes are helping out or just bringing awareness. All right. So, Ileana, we're reading for you right now. Ileana. I do have the link in my description for donations. If anybody wants to give a donation, it's to your discretion. And anybody new, please be sure to like and follow the page. All right, let's see what we have for you, Ileana. Okay, so Ileana, everything is fated to work out really well. I feel like, yes. Okay, so you are very focused at creating something in your life. Okay, there is some work that needs to be done in the root chakra. So please be sure to get in there and ask what is blocking you. What do you need to know? What resources do you need? What do you need to learn? Because right now you don't see how well things are going to turn out for you because you're focused on how things are not turning out for you. But simultaneously, things are turning out really good. You have your family here that is very supportive of you. Everything is going really well with the family right now. Around the next full moon, you're going to be in a very strong place with your creation processes. So you're going to have a very powerful energy around the next full moon. So please be sure to take that into consideration when it comes to your sense of what you're letting in to influence you or um, what you're talking about, because you want to make sure when we're in high power times, we want to make sure we're talking positively. We want to make sure we're influencing people positively. Okay. You also have a need to be putting your boundaries in place. Don't let things over influence you or affect your internal emotions. This is going to be very important for you. Okay. And there's also something here. So I feel like you've been really thinking about some things that you want to say about a relationship. It needs more communication. There's something that needs more communication. Either you need to communicate more with yourself, or you've been thinking a lot about communicating more about how you feel or what you need from this relationship. And this is going to be really important for you to really come to terms about, where you want to go with the relationships that you're attracting. Okay, that's what I have for you, lovely lady. That's what I have for you. Now, I would really love to hear more about what you were talking about. So, Rosemary, I'm putting you on my list. Rosemary Zappia. Again, be sure to like and follow the page. And also, I am going to be doing a live this Saturday that I'm going to be doing facials from the kitchen. And we're going to be learning how to build your very own, very effective facial from things that you can find just in your kitchen. So, yes, the boundary last time meant to get out of a family system. My dad had been abusive for all of my life. I really changed. I saw him as a. Okay. Wow. Ileana, that's quite the shift there. Quite the shift. Good for you. Um, Sometimes that's what happens is especially when we're brought up with abuse in our lives and we grow into adulthood, and what happens is we think that that's what love is and that's what life is, and then we become victims to that. um, and we continue to attract that even in other relationships because that's the only type of relationship we can build on is what we've experienced in our past, unless we have awareness around it. And so, I'm really grateful, Ileana, that that helped you to identify. um, wow, that's crazy. Okay, so next I have Allison Turnbull. Allison Turnbull, Allison Turnbull. You're up next, girl. So, Ileana, just making those shifts and making those changes must give you so much more of your power back. Good for you. Amazing. Amazing. Yes. Yes. And knowing how much to let in and when to put the walls up and say enough is enough. I didn't really like I went through a lawsuit after my dad's passing over his estate. My brother, which I was never close with. I mean, I only met my dad late in life, and then I also met my brother late in life as well. And my brother, because my brother and my dad's relationship, it was not very positive, and so my dad and I were also like we were very close, and my brother didn't like how my dad left things, and so, I really had to decide how much of this I was going to let into my life because at first I didn't um I didn't have a filter. I didn't have boundaries. I didn't know how to have boundaries with it at first. And then after a while, I was just like, okay, we are going to block that person. We're going to block that person. We're going to have to limit what I see and talk about with this person. And, those things had to happen. So even though at first it was very difficult, it also helped me to get to where I needed to be and learn to be stronger within my boundaries and more confident with myself, right? So, yes, and you know what? Um, you're going to see that things are going to start shifting. You're going to start manifesting differently, because the more you look at the positive, the more you will attract the positive. So, good job, Ileana. Great job. All right. Um, you did well. You missed a few things, Teddy. I'm not quite sure. I know people get kicked off Facebook all the time. We're not quite sure what's going on there. All right. So, Ileana, Allison Turnbull, you're still here. Let me know. I think. Oh, nice. Did I tell you you were going to get money? Yeah. Okay. Did I say in the reading that you were going to get money too? Allison Turnbull, and then I have Keith Williams, and then Rosemary Zappia. So, that's awesome, Ileana. I'm so excited. Yay. We get to work together. I love working. Okay, Keith, I'll read for you first. Okay, good. Oh, Allison Turnbull. She was before you, Keith, so I'm going to read for her first, okay? So, Allison, this reading is for you. Keith, you'll be right after Allison, and then Rosemary Zappia will be right after Keith, okay? Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing, Ariana. Amazing. All right, so right now we're reading for Allison Turnbull. Allison. Okay, so Allison. Okay, so here's what's going on with you right now, Allison. Um, you are given an opportunity. There's something that's been passed down by your ancestors, given to you. Um, you are not aware, but it's affecting your life directly. Okay. You have to be very careful here about how you're expressing your heart. Your heart needs an outlet. It has some stuff that it needs to say, but I feel like it's being blocked by your expectations over yourself, or maybe your expectations over a relationship in your life. Something like that. Just be careful here because you really have an opportunity to grow with some gifts that have been passed down to you, but you have some things that are blocking you from being able to really let it out. I always say, you know what, just put the pen in hand, get it on paper, and just let it rip. Whatever comes out, don't see what happens is at first you're going to have your mind speaking, but then your mind won't have anything else to say after a while. Then your heart starts to speak. And so this is very important to helping you to get clear about what your heart is truly saying. And also look at for ways that you can use artistically to give the heart an outlet of some sort to express what it needs to say. Um, okay, so around the next new moon, there's going to be um, what is this? We have something going on here. It's almost like a parallel. It it's like this is the stuff that's affecting you most. So like, this gift that's been given to you, the expectations that you have over yourself, and these are really affecting you, but you're not paying attention to them. And then right here, we have something that's going to come about around the next new moon. You have this man, he's a very good man for you. He's looking out for your best interest. But you might have some bumps in the road around money, around feeling secure in the world. There might be some things that you'll see coming about around the next new moon, okay? Keep your thoughts as positive as you can. Try to, when you hear yourself kind of going down that negative path, try to turn it around with something positive so that you can shift the way that you are manifesting. And do some positive affirmations and meditations. So, meditating doesn't mean that we're not thinking. I feel like that's what's been the consensus through, but meditation doesn't necessarily mean that we don't think. It means that we are taking our brain waves from beta, which is very fast, very quick, into alpha and theta. Theta is a very deep meditation, but alpha is also a very nice place to be for meditating, okay? Now, what I'm telling you is that if you take a second and you write your positive affirmations down, okay, so a bunch of things that you want your mind to start thinking. So, like things like, okay, I'll give you an example. I used to smoke cigarettes. When I decided that I wanted to stop smoking cigarettes, I said, okay, mind, when I get a craving, I want to replace the action of going into a cigarette pack and taking the cigarette and lighting it with going for a glass of water. And so what I did was when I would meditate, I would say, Okay, I'm going to take that feeling. Oh, I want a cigarette. And I would say, my new action now for that feeling is to go for a glass of water. And I do that in my meditations. And I would do that in my meditations. Before long, when I would get that feeling, I would be like, oh, I got to go get a glass of water. And so I would go get a glass of water instead of a cigarette. And this is the power of the subconscious mind. So what you're doing is you're replacing old habits with new ones, but with positive affirmations, which makes them so natural. You don't have to try for this. It just happens. A really good book to read is The Power of the Subconscious Mind. There we go. That was a big one, Allison. I know. The watch party is a little bit confusing, and people watching the watch party who are trying to message me, I don't see those messages. I think it's just a little glitch that Facebook has to work on. But thank you so much for sharing. I really, truly appreciate it. Patricia, that is so wonderful. Thank you so much. Um, yes, so let me know if that made sense for you, Allison. So Keith, you are up next. You are up next, Keith. Do 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 do. Yes, I am singing the "We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine," and I don't know all the words, but I'm like, I can do the tune. Do 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 do. Awesome, Allison. Good job. You have got this, girl. And the audio book is on YouTube, free to listen to, doesn't cost anything. And I'm telling you, it's world transformative. It will transform your world. It will. It transformed mine, and I know it will transform yours too. We have way more power than we give ourselves credit for. All right. So, Keith, we are on to you. Let's go, brother, from another mother. I know the singing is funny. I wish I'm really working. I'm lying. I haven't worked on it in a couple weeks, but I have already probably about 8 songs that I've written from scratch on the guitar and sing myself. And then I started working on background beats and stuff. And so I'm just trying to get some music together so that I can play that in the background, so I don't get shut down again, because I did get shut down before for playing music. All right, so Keith, here we go. Here we go, Keith. You are up. Oh, nice, Ilian. I love it. I've been in music since I was, born. I mean, my mom was playing music well before I was born, probably played the whole time I was playing. I was in her belly. And then I have a huge interest in learning how to play the guitar until I was into my 20s. I started taking lessons, and then it wasn't until 29 when I was like, okay, I got it. And then I started to really play. So it's only been 11 years, but I started writing right away because that's what I always wanted to do, was write songs. So, and I have way more than 6 or 7 songs written, just only 6 or 7 that I feel confident enough to record and play in the background. Okay, so Keith, this is for you. I hope you're paying attention. I didn't get a message from you. So you have some decisions to make here. There's something here, you need to have more positive communication. And I feel like right now, when you're talking about the choices that you have to make, you're not talking as positively as you could be. Every choice we make has so many different ways it can turn out. Okay, so really try to focus on the ways that things can really turn out well for you. And what will help you to do this is to really look at the ways with which you need to do some forgiveness work here. There's some heart chakra. You're holding on to this. And you really need to ask, what was it that I needed to learn? And keep going. Like, we forgive others, we forgive ourselves, and we forgive God in every situation. And that's how you truly move through trauma. Okay. And it's very important to keep digging until you get the full lesson. Okay. You need to keep going, because sometimes, and I mean, when I work with people, and I mean people that I've worked with one on one, when we're doing this work, we're getting deep into the subconscious. We're getting deep into the things that you're holding on to. And then once we get the positive teachings out of the experiences, it's so easy to let it go. It's like butter, melted butter. It just rolls right off because it doesn't have any merit. When you get the positive teachings out of what you need to learn out of your traumas, um, you are completely free of any of the binds that holds you there. And so that's the three sections of healing, and doing true forgiveness work: forgiving others, forgiving yourself, and forgiving God. And keep asking, what do you need to learn in those three areas? You have your archangels here. They're trying to give you messages around this decision that you have to do, but you're not open to what's being said to you, and you're not getting it. There is a need for you to be connecting to your spirituality, asking what you need to do every day to fill your own cup, right? This is going to be very important for you at this time as well, because when we have a full cup, we're coming to the world with a full cup. You have your guardian angel too, also trying to help you. There's some expectations here, and I feel like you're not completely aware of the ways your expectations are holding you back. Okay. Because a lot of what you're talking about are based in expectations. So things that have happened before. It's not like you're open to just having life kind of unfold the way you like, whatever way it needs to. It's like you want it to ways that things can turn out that would be way better for you in the long run. You also have to try and think, or no, you're thinking very positive, though. Your thoughts are on the up and up, if that makes any sense. But let's face it, sometimes our expectations live in different places. All right. Oh, awesome, Millian. I love that. Yes. I mean, I was in the choir when I was younger. I was in the band as I got older. I learned how to play the flute very young. Um, and then, yeah, it was guitar. Guitar was my focus after a while. It was like, I just want to play guitar. I don't want to do anything else. Mm. Oh, boy. All right, Keith. I hope that made sense for you, and I hope you were paying attention. I didn't get any messages from you. Rosemary Zapia, are you still here? Are you still here, Rosemary? 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 Are you still here? Well, you know what? You get, actually, Patricia, this is how it's going. If you share a watch party, more people engage with the watch party. You get more attraction into the watch party. But what happens is people who are watching the watch party can't communicate with me. Oh, perfect, Keith. That's wonderful. I love it. Yeah, so that's the thing about the watch party. Joyce, no. I was waiting to hear from Yeah, I know, it's weird. Sometimes I don't get people's messages, and that's another thing. I mean, even on a regular straight live, sometimes I don't get people's messages and people get booted off and all of that stuff, fun stuff. So, Joyce, no, you can definitely still get a reading. You can definitely still get a reading. Yeah, so one of the biggest ways to adopt a new habit is through those positive affirmations, like I was saying, right? And you get them deeper into your subconscious mind. Your subconscious starts to direct your actions, and you don't have to try, you don't have to think about it. So, that is the fun part of the subconscious mind. Sometimes we think we have to take the battle on our own, and we think that we need to have a lot of willpower and we need to have a lot of mind power and all of that. But really, if we're using our mind the way that we should be, um, we have way more control than we give ourselves credit for. And I have been doing a lot of research because I don't know if any of you know, but I'm in the process of writing a emotional fitness program, and I'm doing a lot of studying right now about how the brain functions, and believe it or not, you have coronaviruses. You have corona fibers. The corona fibers is actually what communicates your emotions to your body, then back to your brain again to tell your brain where it is the emotions are being channeled to. And you have spots in your brain. You have the thalamus. The thalamus is what decides what you like and what you don't like. And then the hypothalamus triggers the emotion in the body. And then the body communicates that back to the brain. Interesting, huh? And you want to know the interesting part is the thalamus? You have a right side of the thalamus and the left side of the thalamus. Because I wasn't sure if you actually had right and left glands like that. Like, I knew you have a right and left hemisphere of the brain, obviously, but I didn't know that you had actual glands that tell you your emotional reactions. Like, your thalamus tells you, okay, I like this. No, I don't like that. I like this. I don't like that. So, very interesting. All right. Oh, I read that one earlier, so I'm not going to read it again. Let's see. Oh, the lovers. The lovers. I love this card. So, this is what the lovers card says. Love is based more than what we experience in the physical realm. So, when you truly love somebody, you have true compassion. We think that love is a sexual base, that if you're having sex with somebody, that you love them. And that is the seed. It is something that can grow into love, but doesn't necessarily always do. We often confuse the love that we have on for others when there's a sexual aspect to it with passion. And sometimes when there's passion, more passion than actually the basis of true love, we have more expectations that they need to meet in order to make us happy. And this can be the detriment to a very good relationship. And so the lovers, that is the message of the lovers, truly accepting those that you have relationships with for who they are, instead of them having to meet an expectation of yours in order for you to love them. The lovers, love it. Let's do one more card. Ooh, receptivity. Receptivity. This is another card that I love. So, receptivity, as you can see right down the center here, there is the stem to the flower at the top. And this is kind of connection to the crown that we have, right? The crown chakra that connects us to everything. So, one of the ways that we receive energy is the energy comes down and then it passes through the third eye, which is, the ideas. How are you going to visualize it? What is it going to look like? So, this is when the energy comes down. We get the idea, and then we can go into the throat chakra. So, how are we going to communicate with this? How are we going to um, um, how are we going to connect with others through this? Anyways, So, receptivity is all about receiving that energy and using it to connect to the world around you, right? The energy comes in and then it's up to us to bring it and bring it out. Okay. Sometimes we can get blocked. We can get blocked in any one of these centers where, we can have a really beautiful, amazing idea that we want to bring to the world. Okay. And it comes down and it goes to the third eye, and you're like, yes, everything, you can do it there. And then it goes down to the throat chakra, and you're like, yep, this is how I can communicate it. You start talking to your friends about it. You start like, you know what, I think it's a really good idea. Okay. So then you go down to the heart chakra. And oh, wait, maybe it's not going to get accepted, or maybe people are going to judge me if I bring it forward, and then it stops here. Or maybe you're like, oh no, people are going to love me for this, and you feel so more confident, and so it goes down, and you go to the next chakra. Oh, you're going to feel confident doing this. Is it something that's going to bring your energy up? Is it something that you feel confident that you can carry out all the actions, right? The confidence part. Then you're going to go into the sacral chakra. Then it's going to be in the sacral chakra. It is, how do your emotions feel? Do you feel emotionally connected to it? Do you feel emotionally that, good about this, passionate? Is that passion connected to it? And if it is, then it keeps going down into the root chakra. And in the root chakra is where it blows up and you make it a reality. So it's really awesome for us to have that receptivity. So we're bringing that energy down and then we're letting it explode into the universe. And that's the process of really, truly taking the energy of the earth and bringing it to fruition. And we're getting energy from the planet or from the divine all the time. We're constantly connected. We may not realize it. We may not know it. We can increase that connection. We can make it stronger, or we need to. Excuse me. I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. So we can feel really connected to the divine, and we can work on that connection. But sometimes when we're not working on that connection, then we feel like we've been abandoned. But we're still getting new ideas and we're still getting all of that stuff. So you're still connected. Aw, awesome, Ileana. That's great. Okay, so I'm going to read there was somebody else. Joyce McGarity was asking. Oh, there we go. You know what, Rosemary, that's what happens is sometimes I see messages and other times I don't. So Rosemary, I'm going to read for you now because I just went on a huge tangent there for a minute. And then Joyce, I'm going to read for you right after, okay? And Keith, I'm so happy that I got talking about music and then you picked up your guitar and you were like, oh, yeah. Yes. And I feel like Keith, I feel like you're working really hard at trying to get your thoughts more positive, but there's just a few things that are just acting out in the back there that maybe you're not 100% aware of or you're half aware of. So yes, here we go. So we're reading for Rosemary right now. Rosemary. All right, here we go, Rosemary. Woo-wee. All right, so Rosemary, there's a need for you right now to really try and let go and go with the flow. You may be trying a little bit too hard to control the situations in your life right now, and maybe it's causing you a little bit of turmoil inside. You need to watch your expectations, especially around the next new moon. There's going to be some stuff going on here that's going to trigger some of your expectations, pre-existing expectations. Again, expectations are built around, sometimes it's trauma, sometimes it's just things that happen where we think things need to turn out a certain way for us to be happy, right? But we need to try to understand why you have those. Usually they are based in something that caused an emotional reaction, and therefore you have these pre-existing ideas about how things need to turn out to make you happy. Um, so try to let go of that control so that you can allow yourself to go with the flow a little bit more. You need to put up some boundaries here. Also, doing some positive affirmations and meditations. Again, no, we constantly think that our mind can't think, but if we do those positive affirmations while we're doing our meditations, we actually are going to give our subconscious mind more fuel to get to where we want to go. And this is actually something that will affect how you're creating situations in your world. The more that you do this work, the more you affect how things turn out around you. But let's face it, we're getting some real anxieties here. You're getting some real hard times around some of the things that are happening, and it gives you a lot of anxiety. But way to control that is put your boundaries up, do your positive affirmations, and keep focused on your internal world. All right, Rosemary, I hope that made sense for you. I hope that made sense for you. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but before I came on today, I was like, I can't just do angel rooms today. I need to mix it up. Like, I need to do something a little bit different. Okay, you've been having a hard time with this. Been having a hard time with this. Ask yourself, when you feel those emotions, when you feel those anxieties, focus on those anxieties. I know that seems counterintuitive compared to what our social society says. But focus on those anxieties. Ask what the message is. Ask what it's trying to tell you. Try to understand where it started, and keep asking those questions. You'll get the answers. You'll get the answers. Your conscious mind will be like, no, we want to go over here. We want to do this. And you want to distract you. And we want to do that. But no, keep coming back. Say, no, we're going to focus on this. I want to know what it is. What is the message? Okay, but I feel like they're still giving you some anxiety. Okay, things out of your control is giving you anxiety, but they're giving you anxiety for a reason. Yeah. Aw, Susan, no. You know who's amazing? You guys. You guys are amazing. Man, this schizophrenic card, I talked about it earlier, and it keeps coming out. Oh, the receptivity we talked about. Oh, stress. Stress. I don't feel like this is a big one right now because we're all sitting at home and we're all in seclusion and we're all kind of reduced in the amount of things that we have to do every day because the kids aren't in school and we don't have so many demands on us. But sometimes what we do is when we have these opportunities, we fill those moments with other things, right? Because we're so used to being busy, we're so used to having so many tasks to do. So when there's none, we're like, okay, what do we do? And we fill our time with other tasks. But what this card is all about is you see that monkey, he's about to pop that balloon that this guy's balancing on, and he has all of these things thrown up in the air, and he's doing all of this stuff all at the same time. And we can find ourselves in this situation so easily. And why don't we take the time right now to just reel it in and allow ourselves to truly take a break, truly relax, truly just take a deep breath and enjoy this time and know that we are going to be able to go back at our lives full force with energized um, energy that is going to just, kill it for us when we're ready to go. But right now, we need to just take the time to release the stress. That's what that card's all about. Thank you, Rosemary. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's not me that's amazing. It's every single one of you because you guys are doing the work. You guys show up. You guys are here on my live listening to what I have to say. And that means a lot to me because I'll tell you, I get a lot more nervous when there's nobody here than when there's somebody here. At least I always have somebody to talk to. So anybody new here, please be sure to like and follow my page. I'm like 2 away from 900 people liking my page. Would really love to get past that number. I feel like I've been like, thank you, Ileana. Yes, awesome. I feel like I've been like teetering on 900 for like 2 weeks now. It's like I get like 8.99 and then it goes down to 8.98, 8.99. I was at like 8.97 for the longest time. Yeah, that's funny. I thought for sure I was going to get over the line yesterday, but it didn't happen. All right, Joyce McGarity, are you still here? I'm going to read for you next. Read for you next, Joyce McGarity. Yeah, I know. I love doing these. Hello, Whitley. How are you? Yeah, sometimes I get that a lot. Like people that I'm friends with personally, even that are engaging on my page all the time, are not getting notifications when I post stuff or if I go live. Um, yeah, and it's so random. I'm not sure. Like, and they follow me and they like my page and all of that stuff. So random. Facebook has their own algorithms and stuff that's going on. So Joyce McGarity, just waiting to hear from you. Joyce. I am doing angel rune readings and I'm also picking cards from my various decks that I got going today. So you can get an angel rune reading or you can get or you can get a card, whatever you like, Whitley, whatever you like. Please be sure to like and follow the page so that you can see me when I go live again. And we talk all stuff mind, body, spirit, healing mind, body, spirit. Oh, you can set it now. See, that's great. See, that gives us so much more control. So you have to set. If you want to see me when I go live, people, you got to set it on your thing. Maybe I need to make like a personal post for that so some people can see it. They can set it. All you have to do is like and follow the page, Whitley. Oh, you want to sign up. Which one do you want? Do you want a card? Do you want rune reading? And I'm waiting still to hear from Joyce McGarity. Joyce, if you're still here, hold on. Let me see if I can find her. Joyce McGarity. There you are. Okay. I am going to just give a message to Joyce because I know sometimes she gets disappointed. She misses. All right. Patricia, you'd love a rune or a card? Yes, and I've been getting some information about chakra balancing runes, which I'm so excited about. So there's going to be a new set of runes coming out, and they're going to be focused on chakra balancing. So exciting. Okay, so that's the options, everybody. Okay, so Whitley, I'll read for you first, and then Patricia, I will read for you after, okay? Okay, and I'm still waiting to hear from Joyce McGarity, so hopefully we hear from her soon. All right, here we go. Whitley, you're up. Whitney. Hey, and I want to remind everybody again, I'm going live this Saturday at 6 o'clock my time, which I like am in Atlantic time. And we are going to be doing facials from the kitchen. So so you need to tune in for that if you're interested in doing some facials with me, things that you have around the house. And I'm going to post the event today, and I'm going to write all of the things that you can make sure you have in your kitchen a little bit extra of so that you can do what we're doing in the class. Okay? All right. So today, this is for Whitley. Whitley. Okay, so you're experiencing a lot of anxiety right now. You need to be connecting to your spirituality a little more. So, something that fills your cup, right? Something that you can do for yourself that just makes you feel like you're ready to take on the world. You know what I mean? Um, you have to make some decisions here. I feel like maybe things are a little bit stagnant for you and it's causing you to feel not happy inside. And you're trying to, get your mind around these new habits you're thinking about incorporating into your life. But you have to make the choice, jump in and just make it happen. Just do it. You have some strong archangels that are really trying to help you with a lot of the anxiety, to ease the anxiety. Try to let that in a little bit more. All right. So I feel like you're very focused on the physical world right now. You're really working at trying to think positively about how things are unfolding for you. Um, this full moon that's coming up here is you're going to really see a lot of this. And also, I really want you to start thinking about how your internal world is creating your external world too. Okay. So I just wanted you to um, get a hold of that. I hope that makes sense for you, Whitney. Whitley. Okay. Yeah, right? I know, Joyce McGarity, you're probably sending me messages like crazy. And I can't see them. His reading was so real, brother from another mother. And then you started talking about playing your awesome, Susan. I'm so happy. So happy that he connected to that. Yes, I can see you now, probably because I sent you a message, Joyce. So I'm glad. Yes, I've been thinking about these chakra runes and they won't go away. So I'm thinking that I'm just gonna have to put it together. Um, a few friends that shared on Watch Connie Walters was looking for a reading. I'm trying to figure this out. Patricia, you might just want to send her to my page. And see, this is what happens when we share watch parties. And even though I love watch parties, I watch parties, but the person that's talking cannot see the messages through a watch party. I don't know why they do that. I'm not I think a watch party is just supposed to be for watching, not so much trying to talk to the person who is actually talking. But try to send her to the page so that she can get a reading. Yes, Joyce, I see you now. So weird. Oh gosh, I don't know why they do that. Thank you so much, Whitley. I truly appreciate that. It's so wonderful of you. Um, Patricia, if you wanted to share it so that they can see it or share it to their messenger, just hit share, which is in the bottom right-hand corner of the live. Yes, that kind of share is better because then I can see the messages usually. I mean, I can't see, look how many times Joyce had to message me. So hopefully we get it worked out and we get some readings done for some people that you have connected me with. Awesome. Thank you so much, Patricia. You're so amazing. Okay. So there was somebody else. Oh, Joyce, we're doing you now. We're doing Joyce. We're doing Joyce. Joyce McGarity. Bye, Susan. Have a great day. Thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. Keep up the great work. All right, Joyce, you're focusing on the runes, asking your question. Okay. Joyce. This is very interesting. You have some strong art ancestors that are really trying to help you to understand some stuff right now that have been passed down to you. Now, these are gifts that have been passed down to you generation by generation by generation. But you have somebody who is not supporting you in these gifts. This is something that you need to pay close attention to, because these are gifts to help you move forward, to help you, grow at a very fast pace. But I feel like this person, every time you're trying to step into it, says, "Oh gosh, you don't know what you're talking about. What are you trying to do that for?" And maybe you really need to put a boundary around it, or I'm not sure exactly what it is that you need to do to help yourself with this. Okay. But there is an ending. So you really need to pay attention to how your internal world is creating your external world here, because there's some heart stuff that's trying to come out. You need to give it a voice. You have to allow your heart to speak its truth. And once you do, it's going to bring out an ending. It may not be the ending you were thinking you wanted, but I feel like it's still going to be good in the long run for you. Okay, so we got some. I feel like, again, this is something you haven't been talking positive about, these gifts that you have, and it could be the influence. But you need to try to let things go. You need to stop trying to control how things are going to work out or not work out for you. And really make the choices that you're going to allow life to take you where it needs to take you, to get you to where you truly want to go. This is not stuff that this is not stuff that's happening that you haven't at some point in your timeline decided you wanted to understand and work through. Okay. So you need to make the choice to open up and allow life to take you where it needs to go. Um, because there's some habits you have in place right now. And those habits right now are kind of taking you down some paths of unknown. We're not quite sure where they're going to take you. And the more that you put the boundaries around you, the more that you realize that you need those boundaries in place, because it's going to lower your anxiety. It's going to lower your need to control situations and allow yourself to really step into who you need to be. Because right now, not putting those boundaries in place, you're just leaving yourself open for anxiety, and you need to try and protect yourself for that. Okay, Patricia, you're going to be giving this a shot myself, and this is cracking me up. This is going to be funny. So what are you saying, Patricia? You're going to go live? We'd love to see that. I'd love to see your live. That would be lovely. I love watching other people's lives too. I think it's really funny though. I see these people, they get like 160 people watching. I'm like, how do they do that? Like, I don't feel like I'm not as outlandish as other people. Like I feel I'm a little bit more probably conservative when I do my live. So I'm not here to entertain. I'm here to help. But I feel like if I don't start doing some stuff to entertain people, then I'm not reaching who I need to reach to be able to actually do the work that I need to do on a grander scale. So that's been interesting. Watching other people do their lives has been fun. But I'm really trying to understand what it is that, I see people, they get 150 to 200 people watching them at one time. I think I watched somebody, they had like almost 300 people watching, and they were just doing readings, but they were also being a little bit insulting. But people seem to soak that stuff up. Like, people really like to watch other people get told off, and that definitely isn't me. Although maybe I can get passionate about stuff and kind of tell people off that they need to take action and stuff like that. But, there was I was watching one live, and they were saying, they said, there was somebody who made a comment, "Oh, this is fake." And then the guy's like, "Girl, the only thing that's fake here is your ass and your tits." I was like, wow. And more people started watching after. Because more people started sharing it out again. I was like, wow, that's amazing. Like, I couldn't imagine talking to everyone. I couldn't imagine talking to other people like that. It would just be like, wow. I would be I'd walk around with my conscience full of guilt 100% of the time. like like I can't hurt people like that. I just can't. Like, and even when I'm being told off, like I still can't tell somebody else off. Like I have to listen to their point of view. I have to understand from their shoes, and then I have to honor them, and then I can come back with my response in an honoring place. And then if that doesn't work, then I obviously have to just cut them out, cut them off the lot. But yeah, that's amazing. They photoshopped you? Hey, you know what though? Any publicity is better than no publicity. But they photoshopped you? Wow. And I'm sure that left you feeling a little bit embarrassed. Okay, so turning inwards. So as you can see in this card, this lady is sitting in a meditative position. She's very relaxed. You can see the calm waves that are rushing over her as she sits in her meditations. And you can see the whispers of all of the people in her life that are always trying to influence her, but she has shut them out of her energy field so that she can sit in meditation in her own energy and get in touch with who she is. And so this makes listening to other people so much easier. Sometimes we get, I call it swept out of our center by the voices around us and their expectations. And what we need to do is we need to try to be centered so that we can listen, but not get swept away by their expectations and their ideas that they have for us. And this is what meditating can do. Meditating can do so much more for you than that. But that is one of the things meditation can do is help you help you to reconnect with who you are and what you want and where you're going and your desires and your goals, so you're not being swept away by other people's ideas and expectations. It's a big one. Yeah, Rosemary. I know. You know what? I felt when I was younger, I was definitely very much pulled by other people's ideas and thoughts and expectations. And, I grew up in a very rough household. And so, not that my life was rough, but there was just rough stuff happening all the time. And so, when I started to come out of that, it began being a challenge to understand my life and my desires and who I was, because there was so much chaos in my household all the time that nobody was teaching me to look inwards. Nobody's teaching me, I didn't really even know how to cook or anything like that. So that was all stuff that I had to kind of learn on my own. And I can't say I didn't know how to cook. It's just that we didn't do stuff together as a family. So it wasn't like I learned, how to do stuff. So anyways, and I moved away to BC to live with a friend that lived out there. And I learned life and how to live it in an awful hurry. Awful hurry. I mean, I was street smart, but I wasn't spiritually smart. So, Tamara, this card is for you. Oh, Connie Walters, you're here. Hi, Connie. Okay, so Tamara, this card is for you. This is the success card. Do you see this person walking around on the earth on this tiger? I feel like right now you have just accomplished something so special for yourself. Really enjoy this time. Really feel the celebration of accomplishing something that you've put your heart and soul into. And allow others to celebrate with you. This is such a great and successful time. So even if it's the smallest little thing, even if it's just the smallest little thing, enjoy every success as though it's big like this, because every success deserves to be celebrated like it's big. And the more we celebrate our successes like they're big, the more we will get bigger and bigger successes. Nice card, Tamara. I like that one. Hi, Connie. You finally made it. Patricia's been trying to get you here for a while. Okay, awesome. Well, awesome. Thank you for joining the page and liking the page. Did you want a card? Did you want a rune reading? What would you like today, Connie? What would you like today? I'm going to pick a card. Let's see. Let's read this one. This is Page of Michaels. This is from my my Archangel Power cards. Page of Michaels. Page of Michael. Truth, perceptive, analytical, and blunt. An exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contacts or documents very thoroughly. So, Tamara, that sounds like that's for you. I don't know why I was pulled to pull one of these, but this is something that you can take into consideration if you're receiving a success or if you're trying to be successful, right? So, there's a new challenge. There's a new challenge. Excuse me. There's a new challenge that you might have in your life, and it's a new opportunity for you to succeed at something. Oh, Patricia. Here, let me read for you now. Patricia, are you still there? Do you want me to do a rune reading or do you want to do a card reading? I didn't have you on my list for rune reading, so I'm not sure what you wanted, Patricia. I'm not sure if I seen your message. Hi, Paul. Nice to see you. My followers are getting up. They're good. Yay. Hopefully we can cross the 900 likes line today. That would be fantastic. I feel like I've been I have been teetering. It's like I get close and then I go back down and then I get close and then I go back down. Okay, Patricia, what were you wanting? I'm going to do a rune reading for you then. Patricia, doing a rune reading for Patricia Eiler. Okay, so you want me to do Connie first? Connie, what did you want? Did you want a rune reading or did you want some cards? Runes, cards, what's it going to be? Runes, cards. Runes of cards. I'm going to pick a card in the meantime. Oh, this is another one of my favorites out of this deck. The Politician. So everybody at one time or another pretends to hide something of their truth. But the politician is somebody who, when you read the actual card, they'll say, these are your politicians. These are your priests. These are the ones that say that they are doing this, this, and this. But when you look at their backyard, they're doing this, this, and this. And so these are the ones that are always trying to put a facade on to pretend to be somebody else other than what they are. And so you have to be careful, and it's always a good idea to look inwards. Are you being a politician? Is there some way you're trying to put a facade on and pretend you're something that you're not? And how can you bring yourself to that present moment so that you're not doing the facade? What truth do you need to express? What truth do you need to embody to be more present and not be the politician that pretends to be one thing but is doing another in their private time? Okay, so what did Connie want? Did she want to do a card? Did she want to do a rune reading? I'm still waiting to find out. What's going on out there? Whoa. Whoa. All right. Connie, I am going to do a rune reading for you. I don't know why I'm not seeing any messages. Let me see here. I know I saw Connie earlier. I thought I saw a message from Connie. Connie, where are you? I thought you came in after that. Connie. There you are. All right, so Connie, I'm going to reply to you. There we go. Hopefully that brings her back onto the live. I just read Connie. I didn't read Connie. I didn't read for anybody yet. I was just randomly picking a card just to. Okay, so if Connie's there, I'm just going to read. All right, and then Paul, I'll read for you after I read for Patricia. So I'm doing Connie now, and then Patricia, and then Paul. All right, here we go. Connie, this one's for you. Connie. All right. So remember, your internal world creates your external world. So everything that happens is there to show you lessons that you have asked to learn. Sometimes that can be very difficult to see, but it's so true. And you may not get the message. You also have your guardian angel like working really hard at trying to give you the message, but you may not get them. We need to do some forgiveness work here. The more forgiveness work that you do, the better it's going to be. You're going to have more control over what's happening in your life when you do that forgiveness work, right? We forgive others, we forgive ourselves, and we forgive God. Very important. You also have some karma that you're working through too. And I feel like karma is lessons, right? So I feel like you've been a little bit stuck on these lessons maybe for a little bit, because you need to get into what your heart is truly trying to say to you. Your heart is trying to express itself, but it's blocked. It's blocked. It's not being able to move freely or to express itself freely here. So we need to try and give the heart a voice. Put that pen in your hand, just let it rip. Just let it talk about whatever it wants to talk about. At first, it might be your mind, but then you'll slowly slip into other parts of your body speaking, and your heart will be one of them. And once you do this, you will be able to really see the ways that your heart is really needing to just get an artistic expression of some sort, whatever that is. Okay, there we go. That's what I got for you, Connie. So Patricia, you're next, and then I'll be doing Paul. Paul Martin had asked me to do a reading for him. Card. We'll do a card for Paul, but we're going to read for Patricia first. Read for Patricia first. All right. So Patricia, you're focusing on the runes, and you're the great one. Look how hard you tried until you got Connie on here so I could do a reading for her. Very kind of you. All right. Here we go. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so Patricia. Yes, okay. So, right now, what's affecting you most? is these two things right here. We have some karma lessons, and you've been trying to talk it out. You're trying to talk it out as much as you can. So you're really trying to work hard at trying to verbalize what it is that you need to learn. Um, you got to make some choices here, because I really feel like there's been a lack of choice making, and it's really holding on to some of the karma that you've been trying to work through. That forgiveness work is the most important work, and I feel like you're trying. I feel like it's something that you've been working at, and that you're really trying to wrap your mind around it, but you maybe hit your wall. Maybe you hit walls, or maybe thank you, Connie. Maybe you hit walls, or maybe there's like something you're missing. That's how you feel about it. Just keep focusing on forgiving others, forgiving yourself, forgiving God. Those three sections need to be focused on, and keep asking, what is my positive teaching? What did I need to learn from that? And because we co create with God, we co create with ourselves, and we co create with others. We really need to take responsibility for the fact that our lives are our own, and we are retracting the things that we need to learn. Sometimes those lessons are very harsh. But the more that we can face it, the more that we keep asking the right questions, our minds will answer. We have the answers inside. You just got to keep focused, right? Um, you have some root chakra stuff here. It's like it's not completely out of balance, but it's not in balance either. So maybe asking to root yourself, ask the earth energy to come and help you with what you need to get that back into balance again. But you have nothing to worry about here, because everything is fated to work out really, really well for you. Okay. And you also have your ancestors that are working hard at trying to give you the information that you need to be able to work through this stuff as well. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a quick card for Paul. Did I drop a card? Oh, yes, I did. Paul, I'm doing a quick card for you, and then I will be calling it a day. I'm getting hungry. Hungry hippo. All right. So this one is for Paul. Paul, what do we got for you? What do we have for you? Oh, we got the 10 of Michael. So there was an end to a situation, and you're finally free. You have all of the opportunities for happiness that will now follow. Put the past behind you, do the forgiveness where you need to, and learn what you need to learn from the situation so that you can move on, bind with no binds to anything that's happened. You got this. You can do this. All right. Thank you, Patricia, so much. You're amazing. And thank you for working so hard at getting me out there and showing my message to new people. Really hoping we get some new followers today and new likes so that I can get over that 900 mark. It's almost like it's a hump. You're welcome, Paul. Does it resonate? Let me know. Let me know if that makes sense to you. Okay, my lovelies. You are all so very awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. Also, I haven't mentioned in a while, but my book, Dreams Inside and Out, now is a great time to, it's only a 30-page ebook, but it walks you through how to break apart and understand your dreams on your own. Okay. The link is in the description, but I feel like so many people are dreaming, and there's such a need for us to be turning inwards to get that like our intuition is so important right now. And so Our dreams are giving us messages all the time about personal growth, about what's going on in the world, about information that we need, the truth of what we need to know. And so it's a great time to pick up the book. It's only, I think, $6 Canadian or something like that, $6.50 Canadian. And it's definitely something that we can all do for ourselves to do some personal internal work with our dreams. Very important stuff right now. Sorry, I'm breaking over my words because I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. Maybe I need to just turn my notifications off for a minute while I just finish up at the end here. But yes, dreams are so important, and I know so many people are having them right now. So, the dream interpretation book, I do not interpret your dreams for you. I teach you how to interpret your own dreams. So important. You need to know how to interpret your own dreams. Everything in your dream means something. And I also help you to initiate your alpha brain waves as you're falling asleep so you remember more of your dreams. And that is also helpful. Okay, so thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching. Again, such a lovely experience. Check me out Saturday. I'm going to do the event on the page now. Share it out so we get as many people watching the live on Saturday as possible. And yeah, thank you, everybody. You have a great day. Hi, everybody. So we are doing some angel room readings today. Yeah. Oh, I always forget to end my YouTube.